So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves an all common deck. So it's the first time I really went ahead and thought of ever building a deck like this. So really cheap budget deck. I wanted to play with actions and shouts. So we have Brutal Ashlanders, Drain Vitality, Firebolt, Greybeard, Word Wall, Crystal Tower Crafter to pay off all the 15 actions we have in this deck, Catapults for Prophecy early game, a Bruiser, Hero, Cunning Ally. Thank you so much for the follow. Woodland Lookout, Greybeard to pull actions, pull the those shouts, and Lightning Bolt, Mystic Dragon, Hex Mage, and Dove of the Voice. Weird deck, but you know, just wanted to try something. I'm actually thinking very much of adding something like Conjures could be working in here. I could put more action to make it a Hex Mage deck, but I just feel like playing with shouts, so let's go do it. Let's go try this out versus somebody. Now, obviously, I'm going to be playing this in casual, and most likely I'm going to get rickety wrecked, but it'll be fun nonetheless. I'll have the deck build over on the right-hand side, so you guys can check it out right there. And to everybody, shouts OP. Shouts. Well, let's hopefully this works. So we're starting off with a Brutal Ashlander, Greybeard, and Hex Mage. We'll actually keep the Hex Mage because we have the Ring of Magicka, and we'll keep the Greybeard. So
I'll scout ahead.
So he starts off by scouting ahead. And we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to break the Ring of Magicka yet. There's no reason to put down Brutal Ashlander just yet. So we'll actually go ahead and scrap him. This is a good scrap.
They make it too easy.
So he'll help us filter out of our graveyard. It's not that Greybeard is a bad card or anything. It's just that right now we don't need him. And by placing this in the left lane, that gives us a higher chance of keeping a card like Greybeard alive. We'll keep Hero. So we can start going in for Assault.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Your destruction is at hand.
So now I have enough cards in the right lane that my opponent probably has to respond. So remember, we're going to keep Greybeard in the over here to deal with a card to help us filter.
Destruction is at hand. Die, Outlander.
And now we have two Brutal Ashlanders that are good for trading. Once they die, they get to go ahead and get a little stronger.
I would protect the hist.
Have you ever made a Stellar Seekers deck, or is that not viable with the removals these days? I have a Stellar Secret deck. It's actually super fun. It's not that it's not viable or anything like that. It's just that it's, how would I say it? You have to be able to use it the best you possibly can effectively. Like, some people hate doing it, but if you could use it with something like and get like a charge with a Mundus Stone, like if I play, I usually have a Mundus Stone in my deck. I use a lot of actions, but it's usually I put it in Hex Mage decks. I have a deck build based around that, and I'll try to show it to you guys later. For a deck so heavily focused on actions,
Hatchet has had enough.
yeah, for a deck so heavily focused on actions, I haven't really gotten much. Now he obviously could get Magicka right now.
By bark and root.
That sucks. I kind of probably should have put the let's keep Woodland Lookout.
Die, Outlander.
Look to the skies.
So what I'm doing right now, I'm keeping Hex Mage as a surprise. My opponent probably doesn't expect Hex Mage at this point. This looks like a dragon weird. This looks like a very weird deck. It's a very common heavy deck. So at this point, I have lethal right here. I have 4 damage, 3 here. That equals lethal. But if I could get to 9 Magicka and I play Hex Mage, I am in a very good position. But once again, I had the tomes in here, but my opponent might be playing with a Woodland Lookout of his own. And if he's playing his own Woodland Lookout, he might be able to gain some health back right now. Throwing his mage over here really does suck. This card is not helping me. The Lightning Bolt does a really great job, so that's game right there. All common deck for you guys. Woo, that felt good. Destroyed the heck out of that scout. So that was fun. I hope you guys like that deck. It's just we never really got to use all that much actions, but I still feel like it has its place. I think the Greybeard being able to filter the deck is really what makes this deck work. And if you guys are wondering why I only used one, if you have 2 of them, it doesn't help. 2 of them don't work, so I don't know if that's a glitch or whatever. So if you have 2 Greybeards on the field, you don't get to be able to filter twice. It just doesn't work like that. Only one of their effects seems to work at the same time. So I usually only run 1, but of course there are decks you want to run 3 just so you make sure you get it. And I do have decks based around that. But once again, there's definitely ways to make this deck better. Like Doe with a Voice really is not that great. In general, you probably want to focus very much on Hex Mage. You might even want to use cards like Dark Rebirth. Ward Crafter is a great... oh, sorry, not Ward. Sorry, let me go common. There's a lot of ways you can enhance this deck. Even if you want to put more actions, Navigator might work even better in this deck. The Tome could have been really interesting in here as well. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's my common deck for tonight. And I hope everybody in stream enjoyed seeing it. Thanks for crafting. No problem, guys.